go to sleep? Why would I go to sleep? It's like... Wait, are you talking to me? Oh, you're talking to Yumi. 1:30 a.m. Okay, that makes sense. But it's not that late in the other side of Australia, right? It's not that late in the other side of Australia. Anyway, we're not going to waste any time here. Let's get right into the action. I hope you guys are ready for a marathon, because this is a long... It's going to be a long review, but we'll try our best to stay attentive for the grand finals of Mockit versus Northern Gaming. I think is my title right? It is, yeah. Okay. I was just checking that I hadn't put NRG in the title or something. Yeah, right off the bat here, the West Coast is 11:30. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. But like I was about to say, this is something that Mystic talked to me about a while back, quite a long time ago. He said that he really didn't like their kickoffs, Mockit's kickoffs, where they cheat and also send somebody to back boost because he felt like they always get pressured. Well, he felt like if the ball ended up anywhere in their half, they were under pressure for 30 seconds. Because their guy who did the kickoff would get boost starved. But they decided to start off the grand finals exactly like that. And it kind of set the tone for the first series at least, because of course Northern Gaming have to win 2 here. If they want to win the whole land, they need to beat Mockit twice. Just like Flipside did in Amsterdam in Season 2. Surprised that Devo didn't pass that to Remco there, who was already downfield. Remco on the retreat. Turbo pulls to set up in net. K-Dop takes the shot. Mystic in with the finish. Who else doesn't like the reviews? If you don't like the reviews, I encourage you to go and watch one of the other hundreds and thousands of streams that are available to watch on Twitch, because this is something a lot of people have asked for, and I will oblige. Oh yeah, I remember this. It's ridiculous that it doesn't go in. The camera work there made it kind of difficult for the casters to know if that was on target at any of those moments. But it didn't go in. It ended up not being on target the entire time. Thanks, by the way, Ronalist for the Ronalist55 for the sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Game 1 in every grand finals that I've seen so far is, well, there's only been 3, of course, is usually pretty messy, which is not unusual. Of course, it's a super high pressure situation. So it's not unusual to see messy gameplay. Oh, big misplays here by Turbo. Turbo should be able to deal with that a little bit better. I wonder if he was completely boost starved though. It would have been interesting to see how much boost Turbo had in that situation, because he wasn't acting like he had a lot of boost. Empty Quiver, welcome back for the 6th month in a row. I can't say 6th, as you all know. Appreciate that, buddy. Why do I think Fairy used Octane instead of Batmobile? Just because he was playing better with that during scrims. I love that Devo has the confidence to go for this. This is so good. As long as Turbo doesn't jump in his way, this is really, really good that he goes for this. Because obviously Turbo could have gone for it as well, but Devo has more momentum, so Devo knows 100% he's winning the race to that ball, and he can score it. So as long as he tells Turbo early enough, and Turbo doesn't jump in his way, that's perfectly fine. I love the overtaking maneuver. Also, I don't really hate that shot from Turbo as well. If you notice, what Turbo did so well on this initial shot is he saw multiple members of Mockit on the backboard, so he just put the ball straight down on the ground. He knew that they wouldn't be able to get a good clear, and although they saved his shot easily, ball gets centered and then immediately afterwards they're going to score. So I really like that Turbo just put the ball straight down there in a difficult place for Mockit to deal with. That's really smart. Interesting fact for you about Fairy Pete during the finals. Where's his camera? Autocam strikes again. He has really low dead zones, maybe even 0, and his right stick was loose, so his camera was constantly shaking. Sometimes it got so bad he was flicking back and forth. I know, because I had to avoid his camera a lot. Part of the reason the observing wasn't as good as it could be. Also, I was dying. Yeah, don't blame me for being the dying part. This was a long day. And you were sick as well. Everybody was sick at RLCS. I got pretty sick when I was there. There was just a sickness going around. But yeah, the RLCS do a pretty... They don't have one... Well, they do have one dedicated observer now, but the way they do it is kind of weird because the broadcaster changes, like the actual guy who's choosing what is on the stream at any one time can change between an autocam camera and the dedicated broadcaster camera, when I feel like it should just be dedicated broadcaster all the way through. And if the dedicated broadcaster wants to go to autocam for whatever reason, then he can do that himself. That's the way I would do it, like, because then you can have like somebody, that's their job, is to spectate and tell the story of the game through the player's eyes. The one thing that I really want added, like my one feature, a lot of people ask me this question out of the blue and I never remember what I want, but right now, the one feature that I would want added to the game for esports purposes is that the spectators' POV, they would be able to see the little bar along the bottom of the screen that shows the numbers that correspond to every player that's in the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, and then 9 for autocam. It would be for this lobby. I would love it if the spectator was able to see that, what do you call it, that little bar, but then the actual stream wouldn't see the bar. Although we would follow the spectator's POV, they wouldn't be able to see the bar. That would be my one feature that I would add. I think it would add a lot to potential in terms of spectating and how good people could be at it. People could get really good at spectating Rocket League to the point where every single touch is being seen from first person. Whereas right here, this is some pretty good camera work, switching into the right players. But you can see it's difficult to do because you need to have another screen that you can see those numbers on, or else it's just a guessing game or a memory game. Which, why would you want to make it that difficult? Why not just introduce something into the code that could show that little bar for the spectator, but not for the output? Is Turbo any good at ones? Yeah, Turbo's like a top 50 ones player, I think, in the leaderboard. This game was just a stomp. A lot of bad clears for Mockit. Yeah, a lot of bad clears for Mockit. But about the dead zone thing, Yumi, that's something that I've noticed a few players doing, just putting their dead zone on 0 when their joystick isn't perfectly centered, and it means that their camera's constantly quivering around. Devo used to do that, and he said that he got so used to it that it didn't even bother him. But I do think it's probably a weakness, or, you know, a hindrance rather, not a weakness, a hindrance to players if they have to put up with that. No Brazil.
He'll block it away. Devo has the opportunity. Turbo pulls a lurk in the middle. You know they want it. They're trying to go for it, but very few.
Yeah, well, that's another layer. Yummy, that's another layer altogether. Hey, welcome to the stream, Duhan. Appreciate the sub. We're gonna skip in between here because I don't want to drag this on any longer than is necessary. There's about a minute between every game and about 13 games in total, so let's save those 13 minutes by getting straight into the next game. Most esports have 2 observers, one slightly behind in time, and the first observer calls out what happens to switch, etc. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I don't know if I would want that for Rocket League, because if you look at what DreamHack did, which was probably one of my favorite things about DreamHack production, is right after a goal got scored, straight away they switched to the player on stage celebrating. And obviously you could do that with another delay, just run a delay on that as well, so that through the stream you can see things live. But then the problem is, how do you get the live audience reaction? Would the audience in the arena have to watch a suboptimal camera, something different from what the stream see, and perhaps be reacting differently than the stream? The stream's wondering, why on earth isn't the crowd reacting to certain things? Because unlike real sports, the crowd in an esport are watching a screen in the venue, you know? And that does happen in some sports, where the spectacle is on such a small podium in the very center of a massive arena. But it introduces elements like delays or to reactions and crowds not reacting to something that the stream does see, and I think that breaks the immersion in an unnecessary way. You're using 0 dead zone, you change your camera so it'll square and circle so the camera doesn't shake. Ah, okay, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart, Meta. Oh, that was really smart by Mystic to respect that double touch potential. I do think Mystic had a great LAN. Fairy Peak was, you know, he had a great rookie performance, but I think he was still the weaker player on Mockit. You want to be able to see how much boost somebody has during a replay? I feel like my one suggestion that I made ages ago is a really good one, in that spectators, you would be able to see how much boost people have in the nameplate, with obviously the orange that's being used for the nameplates is quite bright, so why not have it fill up with a slightly darker tone of orange. That was so well done by K-Dop here, by the way, taking 3 players out of the game by himself with no boost to his name. Fake, and then a dunk after the fact. Misplay by Northern to double commit on the goal line, but K-Dop played that situation pretty much the only way he could. That is by faking and then getting a late 50-50. What was I talking about? Sorry, I lose my train of thought sometimes. Oh yeah, the boost in the nameplate would be the best possible solution in my opinion. I wouldn't make that available in-game for players to see, I would just make that a spectator thing. So if you're spectating, you're able to see how much boost somebody has based on how much dark orange or dark blue their nameplate has filled up with. Sorry Johnny, but Rizzo posted a vid yesterday with Sid, so peace. Yesterday he posted a video, and that makes you need to leave my stream right now. That's a very interesting order of proceedings, but best of luck to you, my friend. I hope you make it to the end of the video. I'm sure it's a very original ranked 2v2 video. Very creative content right there. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love this series. I wish more pro players would do that, honestly. I wonder how many views would get, or you would get on like a Marky and Cuxer ranked 2v2 series. What about a custom dead zone setting? I don't really, honestly, dead zone, I could not care less. I talk about it briefly, but I don't know why everybody cares so much about dead zone, honestly. Just make it 0 and be done with it. It's simple. Who would I root for most in RLCS besides F3? I was rooting for NRG second, but I do think that Northern Gaming deserved to win the LAN. They were the team that deserved to win. Just based on how teams were performing in the run-up to the LAN online and also backstage in scrims. How important do you think a hype man actually is? I think it's pretty important. NG vs Mock didn't really have one, and did fine. Well, Wave Punk and Carpet both know how to hype pretty well, so I would disagree with you there. I'd say that there's 2 hype men here. People underestimate how much ability you have to hype from the color casting position, as Rocket League casting is currently like laid out. That was a wide open net for Turbo. Why did he miss by that much, I wonder? Who am I kidding? Open nets are impossible. Do you think Optic will now join the scene since Envy are in? I have got absolutely no idea. No clue. Very good goal by, or very good goal set up by K-Dop this game. Really, really nicely done. A huge solo play given the boost that he had available to him, which is something that he would have known, and his team might know if he communicates it to them, like that he doesn't have much boost. But the fact that he's able to create a chance out of that is really, really good. Isn't it crazy how much demand there is for Rizzo and Sizz? Not at all. If you look at where Rizzo and Sizz's audience came from, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense, because Rob and John, that's Woofless and John Sandman, did a 2v2 series for ages, right? So they've garnered an audience that love to watch 2v2, I believe it's mostly ranked 2v2. I didn't watch myself, but I believe it's ranked 2v2. So they have a massive audience for that. And then suddenly they start collabing with pro players who also speak English, who are, you know, also very used to entertaining an audience. Like, bear in mind, Rizzo's been streaming for over a year on Twitch, and I think that live streaming is in many ways harder than YouTube, because you can't hit pause on a recording, you can't just, you know, try again. It's all live, so you have to learn how to be pretty quick with your jokes. And I mean, they're... Oh, that was a good shot. That was not. But a lot of their inside jokes and things are quite repeatable, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like in jokes, right? So once you're in on a joke, it's funny. So let's just make your entire audience in on your jokes, and then everything you say is funny, right? That's how it works on Twitch, pretty much. But okay, that's a little bit of a sidetrack. When you start collabing, if you're Rob and John, you start collabing with players who are much better than you in the game that you play, and also are, you know, good entertainers, and also are doing the exact same content that you are, you've kind of just created competition that's going to be in higher demand, right? Because who wouldn't want to watch... Well, if you're going to be watching two people play 2v2, you're either going to watch the two people who are the best entertainers, or the most entertaining, or the two players who are the best. So, like, if you're giving power rankings to Rob and John versus Rizzo and Sizz, I don't know personally what I would rate them, because I don't watch enough of their videos, but some people might put Rob and John a little bit higher on the entertainment ladder, but then Rizzo and Sizz are way higher, like out of 10 on the skill. And then maybe if you introduce like the two best 2v2 players in the world, they'd be marginally better than Rizzo and Sizz, or a little bit better, a noticeable bit better. But would they be entertaining? They might be not entertaining at all. So you've got to find the balance. And when it comes to, you know, entertaining and also being good at the game, Rizzo and Sizz have no equal right now. So it doesn't come as a surprise to me at all. Oh, the demon, the bar down and out. It's the worst. They're more relatable to his players, is what you're trying to say? Well, yeah. After you can relate to people after you've hung out with them for a while. It's like building a relationship with people. You can build a relationship with your viewers on Twitch or YouTube by just spending time with them, and by your viewers watching you.
Pass up the Mystic, shot towards the net. Quick transition from Mockit. It'll drop into the box. Very peak back out towards K-Dop.
This was one of the closer games of the entire series. Both teams doing a pretty good job playing keep away. That was perhaps the first hit in a while that I really didn't like from Mystic, just passing it into a position that Remco was comfortable dealing with. Delicate little doink clear ball steal from Fairy.
After a brilliant shootout, just like so many goals, 7 goals scored in game number 1. We've had 1 goal scored across 2 games so far.
Rizzo and Sizz are funny, so they have skill and are good at entertainment. I think that their skill at the game is completely irrelevant to the funny discussion, but yeah, they're both pretty funny guys. And oh, another crossbar. And yeah, they're definitely both Grand Champ NA level, so that's about as good as you're gonna get on YouTube. How's my health? My health's fine. I did actually wake up within the last 2 hours, and I have an allergy called a dust mite allergy, which means that I have cold-like symptoms for about 3 hours after I wake up every day. So I might sound like I've got a cold, but it's just an allergy. And I've had it for years, so it's just normal to me now. Doesn't bother me at all. Oh my goodness, Turbo should really just be ignoring the defender there. If Turbo is in that position at all, he has to just assume that the defender is missing the ball, because he's going to get beaten to it if the defender does hit it. So why is he playing off the hit that he's going to get beaten to anyway? You know what I mean? He should just ignore the potential hit and go for the shot. Hope that the net is open when he gets there. Excluding the F3 for bias reason, which of the current org lineups do you think is the best in terms of supporting our players for RL? I really don't know. I don't know what orgs in Rocket League really do for their teams, if I'm honest with you. I mean, Mockit did a bootcamp for their teams, that's pretty good. Besides that, I have no idea what any other org has done for their team, other than maybe secure them a sub button on Twitch. I don't know, and pay them a salary. So I guess whoever's got the biggest salary and sub buttons where they're not deserved.
Defensive position from Mystic drops towards K-Dop, just playing keep away. Do not allow this to cross the net. Remco with a great setup. Devo in the air, onto the backboard once more. Where's Turbo Pulsa? He's not there to be able to put it through immediately.
Well, Turbo is also up for that ball before Remco double touched it. You get the same thing, it sucks. They can mess around whilst doing decent in-game, that's why they're so popular. Well, they're so popular, I explained it earlier in a lot of words, but in the short, They're popular because they do exactly what Rob and John do, but they're better at the game. That's the short, like, explanation of why they're popular.
On the back heels, doesn't matter. He keeps the game going. Next goal wins.
But a lot of people will think that Rob and John are like now jealous or worried about their competition, but they really won't care. I guarantee you, they will not care if they've created people that are more popular than themselves. What do I think about affiliates and their sub buttons? There's been a lot of chat about this. I think I haven't really been following it that closely. Are partners annoyed by this? Are some people annoyed that affiliates are getting sub buttons? Because I'm not. Oh, it was just a really bad clear by Mystic, to be honest. Who's the best player out of all casters? I think JamesBot. I've not seen all the casters play recently, but JamesBot is Grand Champion in 2s and 3s. And I think he's Champion in 1s, which is... Whoops. Which is better than anyone else that I've heard. There are some people annoyed because they haven't put in the work and there's no difference now between affiliate and partner. Well, is that true? Is there really no difference between affiliate and partner? Like, honestly, I'm not really that bothered. I don't care. If somebody subs to an affiliate rather than me, then congratulations. The affiliate probably deserves it more. It's up to you as a partner to earn your subscribers. So no, I'm not worried at all about losing subs to affiliates. I think it's really cool that it's easier to get subs, honestly. It's pretty fun. Because I know a lot of people who have been so close for so long, and this just opens the door to them, which is awesome. WW Lusty, thanks for the 2 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back to you. There's a difference. Partners get their videos stored. They get better quality stream, get invited to Twitch parties. Yeah, you said it yourself. There's definitely differences. If the only thing, like seriously, if I was like, no, they can't have sub buttons because that's the only thing that I have that they don't have. That's a really bad way to look at it, you know? That's a really selfish outlook. So if that's genuinely an argument that people are bringing to the table, that's that's a shame. Like the fact that there are more servers, or that Twitch have better servers that they can give partner to more people, and that they're opening up subscriptions to more people is cool. It's cool that the infrastructure is there for that to happen. But yeah, like you said, Twitch parties and things, assuming that there aren't going to be thousands and thousands in a venue, is probably going to remain pretty exclusive. This has just been a series of bad clears for Mockit. A lot of very bad clears. They're panicking a lot, giving the ball to... Well, they're just spilling the ball right outside their box, which is not what you want to do.
Finally, the ball will touch the orange backboard. And Devo will try to clear it away, but Mystic has other ideas. They want to tie it back.
Yeah, Ryan Baby lives in Aberdeen. He's just a Grand Champion level, I believe, Rocket League player from Peterhead. It's good placement by Kid out there. Devo trying to pre-jump off the wall. How do you become a partner? You get views, and that's pretty much it. You get views. If you get people to watch you, then Twitch are going to partner with you. Kaya Dex, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Appreciate that, buddy. I guess you need views and some form of upload schedule. Or a streaming schedule, sorry. Do I have Instagram? No, I do not. When did Devo start playing Rocket League? I think he started playing right at the beginning on PS4. I'm pretty sure he's been around since the start. He just bloomed later on than other players. Shadow854, welcome to the stream. Appreciate the sub. No prime this time, just a regular. I do appreciate that. Your hard-earned money being thrown into the trash can. I'm just kidding. 1v1 today? No, this is going to be it for today. This is a really long review, so we're just going to be chilling out, talking about anything that you guys want to talk about. Well, bringing up any relevant points of discussion that I see while we're watching this game. Back. This is, I think, the third time that I've watched this. I watched it live one other time, and this is the third time. So we'll probably be talking at length about a few certain topics. 2Stream, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the Twitch Prime.
They're doing a great job of just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Turbo with a shot. Very big with the save.
Any news on Mystic joining F3? No. I have no news for you, I'm afraid.
The defense from Mockit holding on strong. Remco drops his one. Turbo takes
Would I recommend getting Rocket League on PC? If you have it on PS4, yes, I would. If you have a good enough PC. Notice, by the way, Mystic with that really weak, like almost no, like lack of clear entirely. He just stopped the ball. That worked out better for Mockit than if he soft clears it. This is something that used to plague teams in Rocket League a ton. One of the main sources of goals being scored, especially in North America, was whenever the ball sat around the edge of the box, the team on defense would just panic, and their only goal would be, let's hit it as hard as we can away from our goal right now. And sometimes as hard as you can wouldn't be hard enough, and it would just end up being a pass. But with how good teams are getting at dribbling and taking first touches to keep the ball under control, it's becoming more or less common to have these soft clears happen. Teams are getting better at working the ball clear like this, although that was perhaps a little bit too reactive by Remco in that situation.
Northern Gaming needs to be careful not to allow them to gain control too quickly.
But yeah, Mockit are not doing such a good job of that for the most part of this series. Just soft clearing the ball a ton. Like that, just giving the ball away. Just possession being gifted to Northern Gaming. Will I continue my 1v1 series on YouTube? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm doing a 1v1 tournament this weekend. I'm sorry that I keep changing the dates and moving it around, but I'm trying to accommodate all the players I want to have in that invitational. So it's looking like the 1v1 tournament is going to be on Saturday, 1st of July. Of course, all those games will be on YouTube, one by one, at later dates.
It is wide. Will it touch or will they carry it? Very big back in the middle, but Mystic was over.
Very Peak had a pretty good defensive series this game. Defensive series, defensive game, I mean to say. He had a lot of clutch saves.
They have to make sure they don't let any early shots on. A lot of teams seem to struggle getting those early boost pads.
Oh, my own 1v1, so I've not had time for that. Maybe. Hey, Jukes Muzo.
Named Guitar, but he's acoustic, so we
Welcome
call
back.
him Guitar. Love the stream, John.
Is that a joke? That's so bad. But hey, thanks for the 3 months. That is a bad upgrade.
K-Dot blocks it away. This defense from Mockit keeping this game alive.
See, Remco was looking for the soft clear there. He was preying on what Mockit have been doing wrong all series. Just soft clearing the ball straight to the edge of their box. But then the one time he does move in, it does go over his head. Attempted demo by Turbo there.
Both Devo and Turbo Pulsa miss. Remco went for the zone. He got the block. Now Fairy Peak tries to get the shot, but Turbo
Good save though.
saves it away. Can they get the transition? Here comes Remco over the top of Mystic. K-Dop in the air will play it away, and then Turbo Pulsa will try to pass over towards Devo.
I do wonder if Remco would be a good 1v1 player if kickoffs didn't exist. I do wonder.
Getting the clear as well. And Remco.
Do have tips for aerials off the wall? You mean jumping off the wall to do aerials? Just try to air roll to face the ball as soon as you jump. What exactly is weird about Coxier's video settings? He just uses a different resolution than other players. He just prefers it like that. He's very particular, as I'm sure you're all aware.
Feels longer than that from how fast the shots have been coming out on both sides now. Turbo with a long shot from midfield.
I can hear the bass kicking in. It was really cool at the actual venue in the wheel turn. It sounded so cool whenever we went to first person view and the players were just hitting the ball. It sounds much lighter. Surely Remco can just learn an easy kickoff. I don't know if he wants to though. Band Guy 9, welcome back. Hey to you. Remco looked behind himself mid-aerial. Yeah, he just probably pushed down really hard in his controller while trying to dodge, and I could see Remco just throwing in additional APM. It's something that I always see players do when they're about to... Hold on.
I can no longer resist the pizza. I open the box and unzip my pants with my other hand. As I penetrate the gooey cheese, I moan in ecstasy. The mushrooms and Italian sausage are rough, but the sauce is deliciously soothing. I blow my load in seconds.
Thank you, LCG010797 for the 420. Very appreciated. That will go to the prize pool for my 1v1 tournaments that I'm about to be running.
But Mockit Esports has been nipping at their heels every single game other than game number 1. And they can easily bring this.
What's my prize pool goal? Well, I've set the prize pool goal at 2,000 because I thought, why not? Let's make it a grand for each.
Very peek over the top.
I'm gonna do the way I'm gonna do it is when I'm finished running the second tournament, because it's gonna be one EU, one NA. Once the second one is finished, that'll be when I close the prize pool donations, and I'll give half of the total to the winner of the EU tournament and half of the total to the winner of the NA tournament. That's what we're gonna do. Winner takes all on each side. Well, winner takes half on each side, because there will be 2 tournaments. We'll probably do an EU versus NA champion, but just for pride.
First minute or so.
New goal explosions, sucking everyone in. It sounds pretty cool. I like things like that. Although, I wish, or I hope that Psionics add more, like, things. I hope they add team ranks, and I hope they add ranked solo dubs. Like team rank 2v2, team rank 3v3, solo 2v2 ranked. Get rid of solo 3s. Just have only team rank 3s. That would be so sick. Just like to make people have friends. Force people to have friends or play unranked in 3s. I feel like that would be a pretty good change. Team ranked and solo 2v2 are never going to be added. I have confirmation. Well, I neither believe you nor care to stop asking for these things to be added. I don't care how many times I hear that they're not going to be added, and from who, I will continue to talk about them because I feel like they are must includes if ranked is to be enjoyable for pro players and for anybody really. I don't know of anybody who likes ranked these days.
He does. This guy's defensive wall just a monster in net, keeping him away. Remco will rotate, full retreat.
Really bad clear again by Mystic in a position where he, above all others up until this point in this tournament, has been doing really well. Like Mystic's been doing a really good job of getting the ball from high in his own defensive corner to safety all tournament, just because he's really good at using the ceiling. But he didn't use it right there, and he just ended up hitting the ball straight into the ground. Chris Zonger, thanks for the 8 months. I don't know why that didn't pop off in the alerts, but I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, is that because you didn't share it or something? I'm not sure if that's still a thing. This camera work is actually cancer. If you ever did it again, it's going to be twice as good. There was a lot of really bad camera work at RLCS still. It's probably by far the best camera work that RLCS has had, but that's more to speak to how bad it was previously.
The Oceania region named that move after this player, and look at him perform here on the world stage. Reading Fairy Peak's first touch. What is that?
See, Karpa here is the hype guy, right? Not Wavepunk, who's the play-by-play. I would love to hear a crowd actually go nuts for that, because that was such a good goal. Devo, he was looking for the double touch the entire time.
Devo capitalizes on the confusion and gets the lead here, but another shot comes through. Fairy Peak, he can do it.
And then it's just like golf clap. Yes, another goal for a European team. Golf clap. Bad clear by Turbo. K-Dop again doing pretty good just to confuse and surprise the defense. All his hypes are so great. Yeah, Karpa is definitely the best at hyping from the, what do you call it? From the color casting position. NA crowd, lol. I know.
137 left to go. It's all tied up here. A win for Northern Gaming would send us to the bracket reset. This shot going near the net. But Turbo Pulsar will wait this one patiently. Dribble it out. Gets it past 2. Lofted nicely in front of the goal. Devo goes up but does not make contact. Mystic will get the clear.
Remco, best player at EU? Probably not, but he's one of the best. I'd say Devo is the best player in Europe right now, and indeed the world. Remco's certainly in the conversation for top 5 though. Been a while since he didn't play, like Devo and Remco didn't play at DreamHack Summer. Maybe they're in a slump. Maybe they're washed up now. I would be surprised.
Mystic forced to make a save, but he does so.
Oh my goodness, some of these comments in chat. Pretty hard to be hyped during a bracket reset series.
45
It's,
seconds remaining, still tied up.
I don't know, I feel like it's very doable, honestly.
The shots coming. Finally, 4 shots for Mockit, 5 for Northern Gaming.
Oh,
Very big
what?
really put it in.
That was pretty nuts.
Seriously shining
The
today.
ball just came bar down and hit a defender on the goal line. I didn't see who because it's so far away, but it just like landed on him.
Tied up at 1 apiece. This is every game right now, Carpet. Devo in the corner, just contesting. Remco set up in net.
I think a lot of casters in Rocket League right now rely on just a build-up of momentum to get their hype going. Like, they rely on like almost building and building and building, and then eventually there's a climax of hype, right? Reminiscent of something, but you don't need that. You know, you can go from just a very tense situation to a very, very exciting situation just in a moment. You don't need to have that build-up. Of course, it's good to sometimes have that build-up in casting, but you don't need that. I think that casters in Rocket League are over-reliant on it. If they don't get their build-up, they don't even try to make something exciting.
This one will touch the ground. Mockit Esports takes another win.
Another golf clap for Mockit. It's such a shame. The crowd goes wild. The lights go wild. Wow, exciting.
Only 1 point pretty much between every game aside from that first one, which I guess
Even though we're in the grand finals. This is why I wanted Energy to win, just so we would have a crowd that's actually animated, you know? Because American crowd just doesn't know how to get excited for a game of Rocket League that doesn't include a North American team. It's a shame. NA lights greater than NA crowd. How do I eat pancakes? How do you eat pancakes?
when you look at both these teams, you have a
You think a base level excitement should also be a little higher for RLCS? You should. It depends. I feel like
made it here all the way to the end. It's so
if you look at other esports casts and other games that are casted, you don't need there to be like casters making background noise of that indicates excitement, because there should be things happening outside event that are just inherently exciting, like a crowd. Funny we mentioned that again. But it would be nice if the crowd was actually interested in what was happening without being told, hey, this is your moment to cheer, by the way, right?
Shows up and carries his team to victory. See if Northern Gaming can pull it off. Kate up over to Fairy Peak.
Like, there should be chanting right now or something, just something to replicate real sports. Oh, that's a horrendous shot from Mystic. It's a good jump over the attempted demo from Northern Gaming, though.
Devo pushing it away. Mystic putting the pressure on another shot onto net. 2 games ago, this was the teams were reversed. It was Mockit Esports trapped in their own half.
Oh, that went unanswered.
Very close to going.
Yeah, you and me. What are we looking at here? We're behind. We're constantly behind the play. Anyone who doesn't know, Yummy Cheese Man in the chat was the observer for this, so I'm not like just talking about observing, being subpar for no reason. He himself said so in the chat. Duck Suzumo, that is the worst joke I've seen all day, and if you keep writing it, I'm going to time you out because it is terrible. Like, if I don't read something during a VOD review in my chat, I probably didn't read it out because it doesn't deserve to be read out. It's not because I didn't see it.
Can he fake him out? He's got Mystic coming in from the side. K-Dop can easily just tackle this.
Is that, yeah, Remco did that earlier in the series as well. Or, no, later in the series as well, where he just fakes an aerial and then follows it back down to the ground, but he got a better 50-50, as we'll see later. Good center ball by Turbo. The Brex5, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, by the way, appreciate it. Pretty quiet until ING scored or something, it's kind of sad. I feel like if you look at what do you call it, real sports, and particularly football, there's just chanting and cheering going on and lots of noise, so that's why the commentators don't need to be making background noise happen. Like right now Wave Punk is literally just background noise, right? But we wouldn't need that if there was a crowd like chanting some funny thing, right? But I think alcohol costing like $16 for a pint in the venue was partly contributing to that fact.
Very peak to turn quickly. Keep the pressure going for Mockit. Mystic in, going for the fake, but Turbo Pulse is there. This one will go uncontested.
What best is out of this? This is the first one.
Where's Turbo? He's messing with Mystic in the corner.
Also, I think I talked to Carpet about this, and he felt like both these teams were just playing so perfectly that there was nothing to really talk about. But I'm not sure, or was it Carpet who said that? I can't remember if it was Carpet who said that. I think it was. Maybe it wasn't, but anyway, somebody told me that the teams in the finals were just playing so perfectly. Maybe it was Wavepunk. Might have been Wavepunk, because I saw him in Sweden. That it was hard to get hype, and I totally sympathize with the difficulty of hyping this series based on the fact that the crowd were really lackluster. But I disagree with the teams playing perfectly. There's a lot of bad clears happening, and some pretty good aggressive play, particularly from Northern Gaming in terms of team play, and then solo plays from K-Dop have been pretty outstanding. Fairy Peak in goal has been a beast. Mystic's been having a very, very poor performance relative to his other LAN performances. It's worth mentioning that. Spherix, thanks for the 4 months, buddy.
Thanks for all you do for the community, Johnny.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I will say that a lot of people have been frustrated by the lack of 1v1 matches on my stream recently, but that's partly because I've been doing a lot of tournament organizing recently, and I'm going to be putting out a lot of content based around actual tournaments rather than just individual show matches. So overall, the content should be there and about the same. What do you call it? Well, the amount, roughly the same amount of content should be there, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer in between just to get your dose of content. I don't know why so many of these double commits are happening in defense from Northern Gaming. I feel like earlier on I credited one of those by Devo. Yeah, I saw him jumping over the top of Turbo to go for a shot. But it really does surprise me that Northern Gaming are defending so well this tournament, given that they double commit so often. It shows you that how high the skill cap of Rocket League can be, especially in a team situation. That a team like Northern Gaming are so hard to break down, and then we look how many times they're going to double commit this game, and even the series as a whole. It's a lot, is the amount. It is worth mentioning that low-scoring games are of course harder to be excited about. Maybe one day the goal in Rocket League will be made bigger just so it's harder to defend. That's of course another mutator setting that I would love to see added.
He was everywhere on
Yeah, they do win the first best of 7. I think there's a pretty big break now. They didn't edit this out, as far as I know. Yeah, then we go back to analysis desk, then we go back to this. Okay. And then the winner's ceremony, we won't watch that. So we've got about another 50 minutes or so. Well, minus the in-between games, so maybe 45 minutes of actual gameplay to go. Because there were a couple of overtimes here.
I cannot wait to see. It'll be K-Dop and Turbo Pulse on the kickoffs. We'll go over to the side. Very neutral. Fairy Peak will win out this one.
Are there any pros you think will remain in the scene for 5 years? I think the player most likely to, the player most likely to play in every RLCS ever will probably be an American player, just because it's a less competitive region. So if we look at the list of American players who have played in every RLCS, I believe that list is Fireburner, Jacob, Sad Jr., Garrett, and Turtle, right? That's it. Oh, also Matt as well, I think. Is that correct? Is that the six players? The entire Denial, or Denial besides Sad Jr., Sizz, oh no, sorry, Matt, not Matt, what am I talking about? So just 5. Yeah, Matt and Sizz were new, 2 new players from Denial, and there were no new players from NRG. Kronovi's only been in 1. Gibbs, yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, there was only, I think, 4 players, right? Or was it 5? 5, I think. Garrett Turtleside Jr.,
Hey Johnny,
Fireburner,
Madonna,
Jacob.
Madonna. Sorry for the spam, but still, bunnies have a good one.
Thank you, Coxer Killer, for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, so 5 NA players have currently played in every RLCS, and I think that the best player, like in turn, or the player who's most likely to continue being in every RLCS for the longest time, out of those 5, is Garrett. He for me is the one player who's likely to just make it into every single one.
Devo on the wall. Plays it away. Turbo. Follow up.
Well, I guess in Europe, the one player that I can never see not being a part of the top or the best Rocket League players in Europe is Coxer. Coxer just loves the game more than anything. He just loves playing Rocket League, so I don't see him ever stopping.
Who will score the first goal of our second series?
But yeah, the other players in Europe who have been in every RLCS is well, Maestro qualified for everyone, but he didn't play at RLCS Season 3. Look at that shot, by the way, by Mystic. Boomer, right down the middle. Yeah, there's a team bump. Still a screamer by Mystic. Thanks to the 2 months rifling. Appreciate it. But yeah, Greasy, Remco, Marky, Coxer, and Sicky, I think, are the 5 players from Europe who have been in every LAN themselves. K-Dot, the entire Mockit roster have not been in all 3. Turbo has not been in all 3. Devo has not been in all 3. And the other members of the leftovers have also made LAN debuts. So there's 5 players in both who are from both regions who have been in all 3 RLCS. I love that fake by Devo. I'm not sure if it was called by Turbo, but that sort of jump where he, you know, commits to a jumping to the ball, which he's obviously getting to first, but nobody's really feeling threatened on the side of Mockit when they see him going for it, because they know his shot and at the end of his aerial is going to be terrible. So Devo just leaves the ball, and then it can fall to the ground for Turbo to boom from the half volley. I would have rather see Devo fire that shot low. We saw him leaning forward at the last second to aim high, but there was already a member of Mockit on the back wall covering that angle. Do you recommend switching from PC to PS4? From PS4, yes. I do. If you can afford it and if you have the time to make it worthwhile. Get Shrek. I feel like that's something I do too often.
They'll have their working on a defense. That just strengthens the back line of
I'm not in caster mode right now. I'm just chilling. So I'm not going to be looking at thesaurus.com to try to improve my vocabulary. I'm sorry. PC mostly just gives better frames. So the information that you see on your screen is more accurately reflecting what is happening on the server side. So you can play better. Oh, Devo should have left that. Remco had a better shot. What monitor do I use? Just a couple of, or there's 3 Acer ones. Two of them have the potential to go to 144, but I've only got one of them running a 144 Hz, the actual gameplay monitor. Another soft clear. Panic by Devo. See there, he didn't need to worry. There was nobody closing him down, so he could have just taken a first touch and then flicked it rather than jumping to hit the ball as if in a 50-50. How do you adapt to ball chasing teammates? Just give them space. Try not to get baited in by their ball chasing. Don't feel like the way to remedy ball chasing is to beat your teammate to the ball. It's probably just to wait until they're way away from the play and then go in for yourself.
This is going to be so difficult to come back into this.
Hey, no problem, Lathamona.
Devo takes the shot. It'll go in 9 seconds. Very possible. Can they do it, Carpet?
This is where I expect to see them taking the risk, and maybe it'll help Northern Gaming take risks in future games in the series. Devo did put it straight towards K-Dot, but he
Get up, almost saved that on the double save. CavF88, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
It'll depend on this kickoff. Very big in the air. Turbo needs to win this out.
Okay, so that's the list of players. Yeah, I got it all right. Maestro qualified for all lands, but he didn't play in the third one, so he's the outlier here. But either way, there are 5 players from EU and 5 from NA that both qualified and played at all 3 RLCS.
with 5 saves here. So many saves. They lead
The more interesting statistic, perhaps, is the amount of SARP veterans that played at every RLCS. If we look at the Grand Finals of Season 1, 5 SARP vets. Grand Finals of Season 2, 3 SARP vets. Grand Finals of Season 3, 0 SARP vets. Absolutely none. Had NRG qualified, there would have been 1. Fireburner is the only SARP vet who made a top 3 team. Siki is another SARP vet. He was in the team that finished 4th. But SARP vets are definitely starting to disappear as younger players who are more hungry for the money and more hungry for the title are starting to take their spots at the top.
And I have not once mentioned Brisk. Just going to point that out there. 8 saves here from Mockit Esports. And I always want to say,
Wavefunk just highlighting his own self-control there in avoiding saying Brisk, but in doing so ruins any compliment that would have followed.
It'll be Mystic set to go, and Remco on the kickoff.
Anyone to help me make sure a pre-built PC is worth the price? There are hundreds of forums online, and I know that Reddit has an entire subreddit dedicated to that, so you should probably look there rather than a Twitch chat room. Out of all 10 EU and NA LAN veterans, which, in my opinion, would make the best 3v3? You mean overall?
Mockit looking so good. The second best of 7.
You would probably just want to have... Garrett's the only one that we cross or be in the conversation from NA. The reason for that is that I think that himself and Jacob are the 2 most dangerous players in North America, but Jacob has never looked good in a team that doesn't include Fireburner, and I wouldn't include both of them in my LAN veteran dream team. So Garrett's an option. I think you could also include like Greasy, Remco, are both in the conversation. Devo is almost oh no, sorry, there is no Devo because he wasn't in LAN 1. I wouldn't include Siki actually, despite the fact that Siki has qualified for 3 different LANs with 3 different teams. I don't think I would include him. He is a good player. He fully deserved to qualify every time he did. But I think he just gets edged out by another 3 players. Probably Remco, Greasy, and Garrett would be a pretty good team.
He comes out to try set up his teammates, but it goes far. Remco will move out of gold.
Will I split the prize pool somehow in my tournament? I'm gonna give it a half of the total prize pool will go to the winner of the EU tournament, and half of it will go to the winner of the NA tournament. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Unless we get some stupidly large sum and the players decide to split it another way, that's up to them.
Back on the defense, the push through from very peak. Remco clears at the last moment possible, and he'll go looking for the transition here. They're going to try and tie it up on this one.
Seems that Mystic on top of the leaderboard.
Look at that, right, Remco. As soon as he's done stealing the boost, the flow chart of play continues. He's going into demo mode. Just kill goalkeepers, and then look to rotate out after he's finished.
Very peek in. Put it into the corner.
I feel like it's a good thing to do. If your team have almost a flowchart-esque playstyle in attack like that, then your teammates know where you're going to go. They see you in that forward position, they know that you're going to continue on and look for demos. It's a really dodgy start by Northern Gaming here. Is it best of 1? No, it'll be best of 5. It'll be best of 5.
Now remember, this is a best of 7. We play a lot of best of 5s here in the RLCS, but this one you have to win 4 games.
Oh dear, Remco with a clean whiff on the ball. Messy game 1 continues.
Company going to try and extend their lead. They got the 1 game under their belt, looking to make it 2 right now.
Like if we look at why both of the goals card this game for Mockit, we just saw some very, very bad, like, unforced errors for Northern Gaming right before they both happened. Oh. These long shots shouldn't be going in. It's a bit of an unfortunate situation for Mockit because it pinched off the defender, but you still shouldn't be opening yourself up for that possibility. If you're already up by 2 goals with half the game gone, why are you committing 3 players forward? Opening yourself up to conceding pinch goals. I'm going to cast the 1v1 tournament with Shogun or alone. I won't be casting it with Shogun. I might get a co-caster, but Shogun's going to be busy this weekend, so I won't be casting it with him. How's my story again? I met Marky in a bar / lived close together. Yeah, well, we lived close together, and one night he was going out for drinks with some friends, and he realized that, or him and his flatmate realized they didn't have any friends, so they asked me if I would go with them. I was like, sure. That's a slight exaggeration, but it's almost entirely the truth. Marky and Jack were just like, we don't really have any friends, let's see if Johnny wants to come out. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Looking for an opportunity, he'll go fall back and get the boost. Size up Remco, who gets it past him cleanly. Devo on the top, up towards the backboard. Mystic, his touch is soft. Turbo might be able to work with this one. Devo, can he get it up? No, it'll be Mystic who saves it and clears it away. And we'll stay at a 1-goal game here. Mockit holding on to the lead with 1:28 left to go.
Remco wants to try and mount an opportunity. Devo found
See, one of the problems
Can he do it?
that the casters are having, so I've just been listening to the casters quite a lot, is that they're, every time they do leave silence, it is just silence, you know? The crowd is non-existent, which it can be difficult if you're on such a big stage like this. Is there a list of players competing? I'm getting confirmations first from all the players. I think that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations. As soon as I've got them all, I'll announce them, but it's going to be the same players I've been talking about. It's Cuxer, Scrub, Ocelon, Flores, Devo, K-Dot, Fairy Peak, and I think Marky's going to be the 8th, because I was talking to him earlier.
K-Dot will play that one over to the side. Remco, pinch it high. Final minute of gameplay, and it's all tied up, folks. K-Dot to shoot it downfield. Devo onto the side.
Yeah, Alpha Sydney have made a lot of money this year. They're doing pretty good.
On the 1 position after being in the 3, gonna try and move this one into the corner. Gets a demo on the 1 now. Looks for K-Dop in net as Turbo Pulsa will try to wrap this one through. It's Remco now back into the box. Fairy Peak is there to put it up to his teammate K-Dop. They're looking for the cherry.
Did Mysterio buy his NG sub spot? I don't think so. I think he just offered to be the sub, and they said sure, because he's, you know, Grand Champ level player. It is pretty silly. I don't have anything against Mysterio, by the way. Never had anything against the guy. I have no beef with him whatsoever. But why does he have a season 3 world world champion title after playing no games to get that? You know what I mean? That for me does not make sense.
The wall, and the demolition on his teammate left them with nothing left with 10 seconds. Northern Gaming
pretty standard stuff here by Northern Gaming. That's how they like to score their goals. Devo, Cuxer, K-Dop work. Probably not, because Cuxer and K-Dop don't understand each other's English. I've been out for dinner with both of them, and they were just not able to understand what each other was saying.
Another 1-goal game. These teams could not be closer in skill.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't, and I'm almost saying I feel like more often get Schrecter, by the way, thanks to you pointing it out. But I wish they changed that. Jazer and Gambit getting their world champion titles makes a lot of sense, because they did play games in the run-up to the grand final and to the victories. But if you don't play any games at all, if all you do is sit on the bench the entire time, I don't think you should get the title. That's just my opinion. It's just kind of silly. It's like, oh yeah, I'm the world champion of this game, by the way. Oh hey, who did you beat to win that? Oh, no one. I actually just, my team won. I was the substitute. I never played a game. Like, that doesn't really make sense. I think they're trying to kind of emulate other sports that do give medals to the subs, but in other sports the subs play a much more active role in the day-to-day improvement of the main team, as things like scrims and ranked mode those things don't exist in sports. You don't get you do, I guess you get friendly matches, but most of the improvement of it that a team will see is at the hands of their just training facilities and their substitutes being sparring partners. Fake by Devo there. Top 5 players that have never made RLCS LAN, not including Scrub. Top 5 players who have never made an RLCS LAN. Well, it'll all be European players, I'm afraid. Oh, actually no. JNAPS has never made a LAN. Maybe we can include JNAPS in there. At least, I don't think JNAPS has been in a LAN, has he? Pretty sure, yeah. So JNAPS is certainly the best North American player who hasn't been in a LAN.
boost Turbo Pulse.
Probably, maybe even the best player. I completely forgot about him when I started off my sentence on this topic. But in EU, I think that all of formerly Resonant are in that conversation because they've never made LAN. They're all very good players. I believe that they will probably make the next LAN. Individual skill, Chaussette is up there. He's carried multiple teams to the group stage. RS55, thanks for the 6 months, by the way. Very much appreciated. Squishy has been inconsistent. He's yet to prove himself under pressure, which is something JNAPS has not had the same problem with. Well, he's yet to prove himself under the very top tier of competition. Yeah, Squishy and wait, no, Torment has made. No, wait, Torment hasn't made LAN either. Yeah, Squishy and Torment are definitely top American players. They should be making the next LAN. They should be. They really should. They are good enough. Yeah, that's your top 3 American players: Squishy, Torment, and JNAPS, as far as haven't made LAN.
Does not like his options. He'll go for the screen instead, allow Devo to shoot, but Fairy Peak picks this one up. Remco rotating in very tightly. Luckily, Turbo's there to play it away, but now Mockit threatening to put that first goal.
Bit of a dodgy jump there by Devo.
That determines the leader in the series. One a game apiece right now in our best of 7.
Pondix, formerly of Penta, also hasn't made a LAN. He's a very good player. It's a crazy save by Devo. He's had no boost this whole time. What was that pop by Turbo? It was a really good shot by K-Dop. Panic stations in defense by Northern Gaming though. But I think of G2 sweeping NRG. I wouldn't worry too much about NRG right now. It's right after the LAN happened. They're probably chilling. They did this last season as well. They had a little bit of a break before they re-emerged as the best team in North America by far again.
Remco gets the save. Putting it away. Here comes K-Dop over the top. It's going to drop down in front of Mystic. He'll take the shot. It's 2-0.
It's good 50-50 by K-Dop here.
Finally gaining a bit of control, getting some grasp on these plays. K-Dop goes straight for the top. He ends up pinching it off of Turbo Pulse.
Pinning on in-game voice chat. It's pointless. Analysts 1v1 tournament, include yourself. Who do you think would win? 1v1. If everybody was given like time to prepare, I think they would be quite interesting actually. So I know that Gibbs has been pretty good at ones before, and JamesBot is pretty good at ones. Gregan, if he could avoid being a beanbag, could be dangerous. Shogun's pretty good. I don't know how good the other RLCS guys are at 1v1, but I mean, there would definitely be competition amongst those 4 and myself. The 4 that I did mention. What do I think of Rizzo? That's a bit too vague a question for me to give you a good answer. I think he needs a haircut. That's what I think of Rizzo. I also don't know what his hair looks like since about a month ago, so there's that to consider as well. Is G2 still competing? Yeah, they're still around. They've just not been involved in RLCS at all since group stage, or since they failed to qualify from playoffs. Fabiant, thanks for the Prime sub, by the way. I appreciate that, buddy. You forgot this is a live stream. Yeah, sorry about that.
Retreated back on defense, playing so defensively right now. They know they're just encouraging.
The second series, or this, yeah, the second best of 7 was a very tentative one for Northern Gaming. You can see there, feels side flip by Remco. He's feeling the squeeze. Mockit are a very fast team. A lot of Mockit's victories come from just being faster. All throughout the season, they were getting wins by just being quicker than their opponents, because they're all so good at recovering and managing their boost and hitting the ball really hard. I think Northern Gaming had their number in terms of creativity and team play. Mystic said after winning DreamHack with Marky and Cuxer that passes, which, or he felt when he played on Mockit, Because obviously this Mockit roster since disbanded. He felt like when he did play in Mockit, whenever he was trying to pass to people, they were never there. But when he played with Marky and Cuxer, those same passes had people waiting for them. Was Remco the top scorer for Northern Gaming, by the way? I feel like Remco would be the top scorer. Dylan. Somebody could probably check that for me. How many nipples do I have? 3. Would I marry Sizz? Probably not. Gonna have Sizz there as a wingman. Which, by the way, that if anybody saw that tweet the other day, that's 100% true. Sizz is the worst wingman I have ever seen. Well, in a way, he's so bad at wingmanning that he becomes good again, because he just makes you look more successful and more competent by being really, really incompetent himself. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he really is the best wingman the world has ever seen. Let's just pause for a second and look at the wall, I guess. Hey Mystic, thanks for the host, by the way. We're just about to watch some of your favorite games, I'm sure. As Mockit currently have a 2-1 lead over Northern Gaming. They just need 2 more wins and they will be the Season 3 World Champions. We'll see Mystic on the wall there, right next to Kate up and Fairy Peak. It would be great to see that, wouldn't it, Mystic? Hope you had a good stream though, buddy. Hope you had a good stream. Do I think RLCS will get more views if GC were in it? Yeah, sure. I do. Like, why not? I think Devo, more than anyone else on Northern Gaming, could be a little bit more creative with his placement when... Oh, what a save though. He could be a little bit more creative with his placement when he's trying to, like, siege a very defended net and backboard. Sometimes he just autopilots and hits it as high as possible, or into a backboard which is defended. He just prefers to hit the backboard, does Devo. Whereas sometimes, like I said earlier, I think it was game 2 of the first series, that Turbo did a really good job of, or was it game 1? It might have been, it was close to the very start of the first series anyway. Turbo did a good job of hitting the ball low instead of at the back wall, because he saw the back wall was so well defended. It's very hard to get down off the back wall onto the ground in time to make those low saves. So many backflips and side flips all over the place. Grand finals, and we're seeing everybody I think feels backflipping and feels side flipping a fair bit. I think players like Sweaty Mix and Repix could make land. They're gonna need to step it up for sure if they want to make that jump up to LAN. Do I think Kronovi plays a big part in G2? Yes, I think he does. I think in a 3v3 team it's hard not to play a big part in your team. Oh, such a good pass by Remco.
Solid defensive wall again. Demo on Devo.
Did I get any rewards? No, I didn't even leave a stream open, to be honest. I've never been a massive rewards and crates and items person. I dabble, but I don't base my entire YouTube content around stuff like that, for example. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. What happened to Mike Rules? I don't know. I don't talk to him. It's cheeky by Fairy. He knows that Remco's gonna jump over the demo, so he just slides underneath him. He didn't really stick around though after the initial slide underneath Remco there. He didn't like what he felt, I guess. Oh, Mystic trying desperately. His first touch was a little bit high though. Did I enjoy this RLCS more than the past 2? I think that they were all very, very enjoyable. It would be hard to pick a favorite. Oh, Devo should not be missing that. Really shouldn't be missing that.
That first touch from K-Dop though, fantastically placed, using its car to rotate around and put it towards the back wall.
Was Mike Rules in Season 1? Yes, he was.
Anybody can take this game number 4.
Drinking from the same. You're drinking from the same mug, the big sportsdirect.com mug. I feel like every Scottish house has one of these.
Gets that one away. Remco keeps that pressure on from the corner. Turbo comes in. The great 1-2 pass in Northern Gaming.
This is very indecisive at the near post from Mockit. We see Mystic just circling here. Not getting out quick enough there top 3 1v1 players in North America. Dapper for sure. Squishy for sure. The third one is harder to choose. Could be Kurnovi. Could be Lachino in his day. Could be Miho in his day. Like, I've not seen enough of them all playing recently.
Force overtime with 1 goal. Very Peak will put it towards K-Dop. Mystic in the air. Play away. Back up into the wall. Turbo Pulsa down the field. Final countdown. They have to get this out of their own half. K-Dop puts it into the orange. The beginning. Is there anybody in the middle? No, it's Turbo Pulsa.
This match really was just forced mistakes all over the place.
The opportunity though. K-Dop lofts this high.
Oh, when I say match, I say second series. I mean second series. The first one is full of a lot of unforced errors. CT where you just gonna score because why not? I remember that. That's one way to put the ball on the ground. Why is the Octane so popular? Because it's a tall car, so you can cut the ball and ship it very, very easily. Do you think Lachino is still as good as he used to be? No, definitely not. He's not played as much Rocket League as when he was in his prime, so he's fallen off a little bit. He could get back up there though. Why do I have my height in the About Me section? Am I looking for grills on Twitch? Lamau? No, it's because so many people ask. The amount of people who ask how tall you are if you're a streamer is crazy. So if you put it in your About section, nobody asks in chat. It's very helpful. I guess I could move it to the FAQ. How tall are you? Now, if I wanted to get girls on Twitch, I'd make sure to say that I have blue eyes, because apparently that's a pretty desirable feature.
And what is essentially now the best of 3 to win it.
I mean, I can understand the
question on everybody's mind.
Like the want to know how tall someone is. I always wonder when I'm watching a stream, like, I wonder how tall this streamer is, you know? I guess I should probably make it a centimeter height. 183 is how tall I am in centimeters, in case that's how you operate. 6'8" gaming powerhouse, yes. That's the best height to be. Oh, good dodge by Remco there. Devo aware that the boost is spawning any second. Sticks around for it. Really bad clear by Turbo there. In a situation where there's no pressure, he just passes away the ball.
Very Peak to try and play this one out. Cheers coming out from the crowd again.
I remember thinking when I was watching this live that if Mockit did win Game 4, they would win this series almost 100% of the time. Oh, the double fake. Remco faking out his teammate and his opponent.
They'll keep moving this one down. Turbo Pulsa now. Bounce it around the corner.
It was super important that Northern Gaming stayed within 1 here. I feel like if they ever dropped like 2 games down, they were never going to come back, because they showed us earlier in this tournament just how bad they are at trying to make comebacks against NRG, and then they shown us at 2 previous lines how bad they are at making comebacks in losers finals. I don't think I've ever seen the Devo again with a nutty save.
It's been Devo, honestly, on the side of Northern Gaming that's been keeping their goal clean.
But like I said, Northern Gaming never looked like a comeback team, so they needed to stay. They needed to stay really, really close. Johnny Boy's 5'7" Korean LoL player. I think there is another Johnny Boy in esports who is a LoL player.
Put it down underneath the defender, and so quick again. Defense to offense, no hesitation. They position up, they take the shots.
What I think G2 has to work on the most to improve their mentality. They struggle when they feel the pressure of all of their fans watching them, and they worry too much about failure. I don't. Well, I would again. I'd take JNaps out of that conversation, because JNaps played really quite well. He was, in my opinion, the best player on the field against Denial when they failed to qualify for RLCS. Unfortunately, Rizzo and Kurnovi were inconsistent, so it's up to Rizzo and Crow. They just need to step up, try not to worry so much, I guess. It's all the mentality for them. As a team, they definitely know they have the skill, so they believe in themselves to make the wins happen. They've without a doubt got the individual skill.
Over to Remco, shot towards the net. K-Dop makes the save in from the side, and they'll go for the transition. Mystic to Fairy Peak. They do not connect, but they do have the ball into the orange corner, and now K-Dop to try and press this one on, keep their advantage going, see if they can get that siege going again as both.
Because JNaps has the least eyes on him. It's partly that and partly because JNaps is just a really good player. After his performance in Brisk, I'd say he's the best player in North America right now, but Garrett did this and NRG did this after Season 2, where they kind of had a bit of a slump. I've talked about this before. They're doing that again. Devo taking Turbo out the game as well. Sometimes Devo can touch the ball one too many times. His team move in, they think he's done with it, but he's got one more. K-Dop showing us why aiming low there. As soon as he sees Devo commit to the wall, he starts going low, and Devo's clear wasn't a good one, even though he did get in the way of the shot.
This guy is incredible on the defense right now.
But I think the new Gale Force roster,
in the last grand finals, there was a
it's an upgrade on the previous Gale Force roster.
In RLCS history happened 7 minutes and
probably the third best team in Europe right now.
Devo was playing on Mockit Esports at
well, given how badly NRG played in Brisk, I'd say that Gale Force might even be the third best team in the world right now.
So long. Flipside pounded so many shots in, and here he's doing it again, but finally Mystic finds another hole in the armor. 50 seconds
what do I think of the MBC2's tournament? I've got no clue. I know almost nothing about that tournament.
Look at this shot.
How was... This looked like a weird bounce from Remco's hit. Like, what? It doesn't look like it's going to go that far center.
Was he able to get the angle, but right in the corner? How would you say that even if you were on the ground? And there again, going straight from midfield, one touch.
Pro player dream team? I would want to see Devo and Garrett teamed up with a good in-game leader.
Important right now. Just don't have him be in the net. He is stopping everything. Turbo Pulsa now airborne. Northern Gaming down by 2 with 30 seconds left. Oh, and that's an open net. Can Mystic finish this off? He'll put it in. That's the...
Do I think a more proactive player is better than a metrosexual RL player?
30 seconds left.
I think it's up for discussion. A proactive and a retroactive play. It's just if you're waiting to see what your opponent does. Like, are you going to act before your opponent shows you what hand he's holding? Like, are you going to go all in before you see his bet? Or are you going to wait? Are you going to check to him and see what he's going to do? It's that kind of mentality. Some players prefer to wait for their opponent to take a shot and then they try to equal that shot with their save. Some players just throw themselves at the ball, try and reduce the angles that are scoreable. That's a proactive challenge. You know, proactive defending is when you try and close the distance, close the angle, make it harder to score past you, reduce the time. But yeah, proactive and reactive is a little bit more of a... I don't think I ever said retroactive. I always say proactive and reactive. Some teams, like even in threes, they prefer to sit back and let other teams come at them. Hit them on the counter attack. That's a more reactive playstyle. Proactive playstyle is when you want to take the game to your opponent. Constantly have one player pressuring the ball at all times.
We'll try to play it away. And I want to hear this great crowd. The way that they have been cheering all weekend long. These guys are so close to being the champions.
Golf clap.
Can they do it here? Will Northern Gaming take
yes, we love European Rocket League.
Trying to make the run. Remco will play it.
Wavefunk tried. He tried. Can't fault him. Well done by Remco.
Go high, Devo looking for the opportunity. Nobody on the backboard, but 3 players miss. The ball just goes out into the middle. Turbo has to sweep into the back.
Why do they jump boost early during face-offs? Because they want to hit the... Well, they want to be able to dodge again when they reach the ball. Johnny Boy is a pro LoL player. Yeah, there's a pro LoL player called Johnny Boy. Where's he from? Is he from Brazil or something? Can't remember. Or like a Korean player playing in Brazil.
It's been Devo and Fairy Peak on the defense.
NA and EU Dream Team? Well, the NA Dream Team, why would you want to change anybody from NRG?
Here comes Northern Gaming threatening to score early here in Game 6. Turbo pulls it to try and wrap it around. Devo now, down the field.
Although it would be interesting to see how good a team like that includes both Garrett and JNaps would do. Because I think individually they're the most skilled players.
Turbo pulls it back. Mystic now. And then Devo. Trading, alternating.
For EU, I just want to see Cuxer and Devo on the same team. See if it would work. Is it functional?
Puts this one high. Remco's up. He should be able to make it, but no. Mystic comes from the side. The lateral saves have been happening all.
A lot of people wonder why is Remco able to have, well, in Season 2 at least, he had a very good shooting percentage. I'm not sure what his shooting percentage stats were in Season 3, but he's certainly scoring a lot of goals. and usually has pretty good shooting percentage. And it's because he waits to see where, like, he doesn't creep in very close. He sits generally quite far out at the edge of the box, as we saw there, because he likes to place his shots when he moves in. He doesn't need to be shooting in an open net. He's very precise with his aim.
On the defense, they have to be able to break out and score. Right now, it's all Northern Gaming.
Players like K-Dop, Marky, Kronovi, others prefer to like sit much closer to the enemy net while they wait for passes. Remco usually sitting further back. Other players to do that would be Fireburner, I know, although he was sitting, he was cheating up on Jacob's moves a lot this season, which is interesting to see. Fireburner definitely adapted his play. He used to be he used to sit a lot deeper, but this season he was playing off of Jacob a lot earlier, which is catching people off guard. Do you think Kronovi will win another RLCS? Probably not. It's going to be tough. I think that if an American team does it, I don't even think, I was going to say if an American team does win RLCS, it'll probably be NRG, but I don't know if NRG can even win an RLCS. It's going to be so tough. Because EU competition is just getting harder and harder. There's more and more good teams every season.
No, the very close situation there. Mockit not able to get the goal. Northern Gaming count their lucky.
I think you would need a Kronovi's attempted to make super teams before, but I don't know if a super team with Kronovi can win another LAN. What is that pass? That is so bad. Remco had a wide open pass to Turbo, who is already advanced into a position where, had Remco passed the ball there would have been no challenge. The goalkeeper was shadowing, but his pass was just not good enough. It's okay though, because he gets the 50-50 off of Legends. I remember that goal. See, this is the one thing that if anybody watched Gfinity, if anybody watched DreamHack, instead of showing this little picture-in-picture right as the goal got scored, they just put this full screen. This was what all you would see is the team that just scored. Every time a goal got scored, they would show this, and if there was like a good reaction, they'd keep it on that. If there wasn't, then they would put it back. Yeah, Remco still had slightly better shooting percentage than Devo Turbo, but not by a huge amount.
Trying to tie up the series, bringing it to Game 7.
109 on the clock.
Can I convince Mike Rose to go pro again? I mean, I don't talk to Mike, but I wouldn't try to convince him of anything anyway. He doesn't listen to people usually, he makes his own decisions.
Remco in the back, waiting for Devo.
Good patience by Mystic. See, he's leaving ball cam off there so he can watch the defender in front of him. And then as soon as the defender makes a move, he makes his move because he knows he can beat the defender to the ball because he's right underneath it, looking at where the circle is on the ground. Top 5 players that make it seem like their car is actually faster. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Devo, Greasy, Lachinio.
Remco, the pressure's on. Two players pinch this one all the way down. It's Devo in the back who has to make the play. He'll put it
I don't know if anyone else would be added to that discussion. Just them. That's only 3 players.
Turbo will be able to clear it away. 15 seconds remaining. Turbo's got it past the whole team. Can he put in a securing goal here? No, he gets demoed.
The good old take the boost and die. How were my RLCS predictions this past LAN? I thought that Northern Gaming would win, so I was right about that one. I mean, I said on the desk that that I was pulling for Flipside, but that was just in case my boys were listening. Or that I thought Flipside were going to be NRG, but I didn't. I thought we were going to lose. Given how badly Flipside usually do in winners. Dapper? Oh yeah, Dapper for sure. Squishy? Maybe. I don't know.
So much, I can't tell if I'm sweatier than they are. They're probably sweatier than me, to be completely honest. But right now, you can tell the crowd wants it. They want to know who goes home.
First ever RLCS Grand Finals. It goes to Game 7 of the second best of 7. Bean Boa, I love it.
In 5 minutes, we will find out who is our champion.
You thought Northern would win even with Turbo? Yeah, I did. I saw them scrimming backstage, and even though they had a pretty rough performance versus NRG in round 1, I figured they were just going to build up so much momentum from winning in the losers bracket and their performance in scrims and even online with Turbo had been at times up there with the best in the world. So I thought they were going to win. Yeah, I was right about who would win. I thought NRG were going to beat Mockit though. I did think NRG had it in them to beat Mockit. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Would have been good to see an American team in the final, of course, like I keep saying. Squishy is the fastest player in Rocket League? Not really. Squishy's, like, quick once he decides to go for the ball, but his playstyle isn't actually that consistently fast. He stops and weighs up his options quite a lot. Not to say that he's a slow player by any means, but he has a very strange approach to attack. I've played with Squishy before, and I was always pretty surprised. He would find himself underneath the ball quite a lot, preferring to move up and hope that the ball spills in front of him rather than just wait and see what happens and then move forward.
Close one there. Save your medal for Remco in the first minute and 15 seconds. This game, as much as it has been aggressive already, still staying true to the story of the match, defensive game all the way.
They really haven't, but Mockit seemed to be coming out really strong. Mystic used a lot of boost for that. He needs to be careful. Can he get back on defense? Turbo almost with a solo play.
Taking the shot, Devo sets it up for Remco. He's airborne and puts it onto the corner.
But these teams, they're just playing such similar style of Rocket League. Just very, very tough to break down defense.
Back into the middle. Remco airborne, taking a shot towards the net. Mystic with the save off
good play, or good positioning by Mystic there.
Turbo Pulsar will take another.
Would have been dangerous to let that ball bounce.
He puts it through. The 1-2 pass again strikes, and Northern Gaming has the lead.
After getting a reset, will they be able to continue this?
Again, such messy defending. Mystic, very big. Mystic bumping Theory and then not getting a very good clear as well. K-Dop would have been the best player to deal with that entire situation. I don't know why Fairy and Mystic both turned the way they did.
Did
Mysterio get the World Champ title? Yes, he did. He did.
K-Dop over the top will take a shot towards the net. Soften off to the side. Turbo Pulsar with the clear. Remco with the follow-up touch.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up on all this to a shot.
Towards the net. Goes off to the side. Very peak now. Trying to pass to Mystic. Bit of confusion there on Mockit. Will have to move this one out by
Joey Boy LFC, what's 30,000? I don't know what the 30,000 is referencing.
And now turns it back around. They'll reverse their rotational direction. And that one will be played high by K-Dop. Remco now into the midfield.
That's a pretty poor hit by Remco. Just gonna give away possession. Any center ball that just comes off the top of the ceiling and clears itself is a bit of a waste. Also, this is a lot of boost being used for absolutely nothing by Mystic, except giving the ball to Northern Gaming. When teams aren't contesting you like this, and there's something I noticed at DreamHack, when teams are just going to sit back and let you come at them, these exact hits that Mystic is making need to stop, because he's just giving the ball to Northern Gaming, who are sitting on the halfway line, waiting to receive it. You need to slow it down, look for 50-50s, look for dribbling plays.
He'll pounce on that immediately, moving it back downfield. K-Dop to clear across his own net, and Devo is there.
Do you think Asia will ever be a region? You mean Asia? I think so. What rank am I? I think right now two of my ranks have decayed because I haven't played ranks or I haven't played Rocket League much recently because I've been so busy. And my highest rank I got this season was Champion 1. Didn't really try to. I didn't really play for ranks this season. I just got Champion 1 and then I messed around.
Devo to follow it on the wall. Turbo Pulsar lurking in the middle.
Expectations in Rocket League esports. You guys are asking the big questions. Honestly, I've got no idea. Got no clue. It was so wasteful by Mockit. They really did throw away a lot of possession this game. Finally, a crowd chant. It only took 13 games for this to happen. Jazer said in his YouTube he'll take Rocket League more serious. I don't know. I've got no idea how good Jazer can get.
The World Championship. Remco into the corner. We see Mockit needing a goal. They have to score to
Someone cheered 30,000. Oh yeah, Darkbeak cheered 30,000. Yeah, that was crazy. Darkbeak does that. He's a bit silly. Just goes around cheering into everybody's chat.
Could secure the game right now as Turbo puts it into the corner again.
Yeah, the rest of this game was just a lot of possession being given away. I think Mockit realized too late what their problem was, and they, again, were just hitting the ball into positions which are difficult to follow on. I was glad though. I wanted Northern Gaming to win. I didn't care how ugly it was. I didn't care how they were going to get this victory. I just wanted it to be a victory. Devo guides the ball back down to the ground and they take it. But instead of winning Northern Gaming, we should have seen that straight away. Devo, just another day's work, just chilling. No big deal, just won RLCS. No big deal for Devo. NA doesn't even hype up the US national soccer football team, really? Pro teams need more MK style passes. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. Thoughts on what you should eat for dinner? Tapas. Go to a Spanish restaurant. All of the teams wearing like mismatching like shorts, jeans, all these combos, that should probably stop in Rocket League, to be honest. Teams should probably agree beforehand what they want to wear and stick to it.
Defending Europe, it is Northern Gaming's year, the dynasty in flux. We didn't know if they could do it with.
It's good to see Northern Gaming finally win a LAN after coming third twice.
All the way here to the finals. And look at these champions, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at them. Smoke! Confetti! The music wasn't loud enough, I don't think.
Constantly living in the shadows of Flipside Tactics, Remco now must feel so good. He's able to pull it on top.
There's so many like turbo emotes waiting to happen, but Devo's blocking them all. Devo, how could you do this to us?
To be so happy for his teammates, and how does Turbo feel knowing that he got to play on this stage at the last moment he gets alerted that this is going to be
Wear khaki shorts and boat shoes? Yes.
his team all the way and doing what none other.
I would just look better if they all had like jeans and the same shoes on, you know? Like actual uniform.
Alright guys, I'm here with our world champions!
Oh, they weren't meant to go get the trophy themselves. It was all like fire all. Yummy, that's amazing. Also, the real state, they have to wear full pants. So Turbo just breaking rules all over the place. He does not look. Does this look like a man who cares about your rules? I don't think so. He really does not care. Somebody tells him he has to wear full pants, no shorts allowed, and he's like, look at my shorts. Look at them.
It feels fantastic to be able to win this tournament all the way through the lower bracket. I'm super happy right now. It's actually crazy.
Darkbeat, you didn't like Awesome Joey? Oh no. Joey ruined Lana. I wouldn't go that far. Where is Devo's arm?
They love you! They love you!
Oh, Devo. Love him.
I have no words. I didn't expect to get this far, so it's great. It's great.
Great feeling. Yes. Yes, Devo. It is good. Turbo, we're just basking in your glory. We're just observing your lack of cares for the rules. Hairy Peak. Devo chewing intensified. Like Turbo, did you know that it was against the rules to wear shorts? Did you know that? Also, Turbo, did you guys know you weren't supposed to lift the trophy when you did? Apparently, you were supposed to like get presented the trophy by Joey, I guess. Yumi, was Joey supposed to present the trophy? Is that what was supposed to go down? They didn't tell you? Wow, they really didn't expect you to win. They're like, maybe they told Mockit, they just didn't tell Turbo and Co. They're like, they're not gonna win. We don't need to tell them. Joey was gonna tell them to grab the trophy. Oh. Yeah, it did seem a little bit weird. They just walked across, they shook hands with their opponents, and then they just grabbed the trophy. It was like, fire the cannons! Confetti now! They said shake hands and lift the trophy. Okay, so Turbo is sticking to his guns. He's holding firm on his logic here. They forgot to tell them. Don't trust Joey to do anything.
A little speechless. All right, guys. Well, this is insane. You guys hard-fought battles all the way through.
Joey's probably panicking right now. Like, what am I gonna do? I was supposed to finish this off by telling them to lift the trophy. They've already done it.
From where you guys were to
Did they do it again? Do they lift the trophy again? Let's skip this. Oh, they get a medal ceremony. I didn't watch this. I had already left. Oh yeah, then they did lift the trophy again. They had backup confetti. Thank goodness. Did they? Yeah, they did. Look, more confetti. Oh wait, did they just replay it?
I'm not gonna take any more of your time.
Wait.
Go grab your trophy again for everybody.
Ah, yeah, so they do lift it again. This is when production told him that we have spare confetti. Ah. So thankfully there's spare confetti. Yes. Oh, I let Turbo, or Remco rather, perhaps the final act of the LAN. Just better pat the trophy on the head. Make sure that it doesn't feel left out. It's like, we have to leave you now, my friend, but you've been great. Thanks for letting us lift you twice. I love it. The trophy pat. Oh wow. What a ceremony. The trophy pat. What was going through Remco's head when he made this move? The ball touch. One last ball touch, he thinks. Yes. You're mine. No, good boy. There's a good boy. A good trophy. And on that note, we shall be done with VOD reviews for another season. Well, yeah, who's a good boy? Who's a good dog? Just there he is. Why is it such a low quality? Come on, I want a better frame here. How do you go through it frame by frame to find the best frame of Remco patting the trophy? Maybe a little bit sooner. Somebody tell me, is it like... Oh, I found it. It's comma. Yes. Ah, yes, this is the best. Rocket League Invitational announced for X Games Minneapolis next month is 75k pot. Interesting. I had heard rumors about this. Has it been confirmed? Is that on Reddit? I'll need to go take a look. But for now, that's going to be it for me, guys. I do actually have... The reason I streamed early today is because I have to go out tonight, so... Just going to look for somebody to host after running some ads. You know me, got to get my last scrapings of ad revenue, so enjoy the ads, the 10 of you who are going to see it. And as for everybody else with ad block who can still hear me, I hate you all. How's it going?